Today we are talking about everyday carry, but not just any everyday carry. This is a more budget-friendly everyday carry because I've seen a lot of EDC videos on the YouTube, and what I've noticed is that they're all pretty expensive. So I figured I would share with you my personal EDC that I developed when I was just getting out of college. So as a result, most of these are somewhat affordable, at least compared to some of the more expensive options out there. So let's jump into it. And I'm just gonna start with my wallet here. This is a Thread bifold wallet. And what sets Thread apart from other wallet companies is that a lot of their products have this little kind of elastic stretchy bit inside. And I actually really like that. I wasn't sure about it to begin with, but it's nice because you can fit a lot of cards in here. And even if you find an extra card, like your hotel key or whatever other extra card that you need to throw in there, it fits in with no problem because it's elastic. So that's pretty nice. In the front here, I usually keep my ID and my most used card. So you've got spot for 2 cards up there, which is pretty good. On the back, I have some cash that I fold up. I was always taught to never leave the house without cash, so that fits in there too. It's a solid wallet. I've enjoyed carrying it and hasn't failed me yet. Moving right along, we're gonna talk about the phone. I won't tell you about the phone itself because this is just an iPhone SE, although that does stick with our budget theme. But there are plenty of reviews of the phone out there. What I will tell you about is the case. This is a Rhino Shield case. This is actually my 3rd Rhino Shield case at this point. But what I like about it is that it's slim. It keeps the phone like low profile and it looks minimal. It's not like tacky or anything. I just like it, it's clean, it's fine. It also has done a pretty good job of protecting the phone. It's got raised edges at the front here, so that way if it falls flat on its face, it won't touch the screen. And I also like that it fits the phone super well. If I were to try to take my phone out of this case right now, it's actually pretty hard. It fits the phone super well, so it keeps it snug and protected. So that's been serving me well. The other thing that I'll mention about the phone is this little skosh mount that you may have noticed here. This is actually for a magnet mount that I have in the car, and this little metal plate just sticks to the back of it, so that way you can stick the phone to the magnet mount in the car. So that's been nice. That's a super strong mount there. And if you're wondering why it's at the bottom of the phone and not in the middle of the phone where it would make sense, it's because the middle of the phone, if I had it in the middle of the phone, I wouldn't be able to wirelessly charge the phone. So this way it lets me wirelessly charge and still mount it to the magnetic mount in the car. Okay, let's get into the knives. I have 2 knives here. I don't carry them at the same time, but I just got 2 just to add some variety. I can pick one if I want to carry one day. If I want to mix it up, I got the other one. So originally I got this Kershaw Skyline. It is nothing fancy. It was pretty cheap, but what I liked about it is that it's super slim. It is, at least from what I recall, it is dimensionally almost identical to the Benchmade Bug Out, which is a knife that I really liked. I just couldn't justify the price. So this being the same dimensions, thickness-wise, and blade-wise and everything, I thought it was a pretty good deal. And I enjoy carrying it. For me, it kind of disappears in the pocket, so it's pretty good. I will also call out that this is an aftermarket carry clip. This is a deep pocket carry. If anybody knows this, how the Skyline came, it came with a pocket clip that kind of left the knife, like the top part of the knife sticking out of your pocket. That to me was unacceptable, so I found this one on Amazon. That's been good. I do know that the Kershaw Skyline is now discontinued, which is sad news. I will leave a link to a different knife that is also similar, but also cheaper than the Benchmade Bug Out, in case you want to check it out. But I think they are still selling this knife. This is the CRKT Pilar, however you say it. And it's a frame lock. Again, nothing fancy. I actually just thought it looked cool. And I still think it kind of does. It's just fun. I don't know. I just like having a second knife to be able to switch things up. So not bad. Okay, so moving right along, I'll actually get into my newest addition to my EDC, which is my watch. This is an Apple Watch SE, and I only started carrying this about a month ago, probably. My wife let me use her old one just to test run it, and I actually really liked using it. So I just got this one. This is the Apple Watch SE, as I said, so we're sticking with the budget theme there. But you may notice that this band looks like the band that came out with the Apple Watch Ultra. However, this is not an Apple band. This is one that I got off of Amazon for significantly less money than Apple will sell you one. and it's served me well so far. The only thing I will say is that these mounts here that connect to the watch are actually plastic. But if you can live with that, it's a pretty good band in my opinion. Okay, now some of the other accessories that I have for the Apple Watch are the original Apple Watch band that it comes with. Nothing special there. I have this leather band, which I think looks nice. And I also got this off Amazon, and it was significantly less than some of the other leather bands that you'll find out there. But that is nice if I want to dress up the watch or anything like that. The other thing that became very evident to me is that the first thing this watch hits when it hits a different surface is the glass screen. The glass screen is the first thing to make contact with anything else. So I got some screen protectors for that reason. These are some just plastic screen protectors, nothing super special about them, but they did come with some pretty good installation instructions, I will say that. But that just offers a layer of protection on the watch, so that way I can relax a little bit if I whack it against something. If I want more protection, I also got these cases. This is a bumper case plus a glass screen protector. And I'll usually slap these on if I'm going rock climbing or something, so that way if I do smack my hand on the wall, then I at least have some extra protection there. Okay, now moving on, I'm gonna tell you about a ring. And I'm not gonna talk about this ring, I'll talk about this ring. This is a silicone ring by Groove, and I usually use this ring when I go rock climbing or for any other tasks where this one could get severely damaged. And I think anybody doing any sort of active stuff needs a good silicone ring, and this one has served me well. Okay, moving right along, I'll tell you about this calendar here. This calendar has been added to my EDC since the beginning of this year, and I have to say it's actually been a pretty big help. Up until then, I was just doing calendars on my phone, but I find that writing things down has helped me a lot. And this is just a simple calendar by Moleskine. On the inside, you have your days of the week. On the right side, you have a spot for your notes, anything that you need to take. The way I usually use this is I put like appointments on the left side where the dates are, and on the right side I put like a checklist of anything that I need to get done. As I go, I check it off. I'm a big fan of checklists. And then I also like how there's a little flippy tab so you can flip to whatever day or week you're on. And to keep it all together, you've got this elastic strap on the outside. Paired with the calendar, I have a pen. Nothing fancy, this is a Papermate Flare pen. I enjoy writing with a felt tip pen, and these are cheap, so pretty good. It also happens to be the same size as the calendar, so pretty good. Calendar actually fits in my pocket, so it's a good size, keep me organized, good stuff. Moving right along, we'll talk about keys. I actually don't have an elegant solution for carrying keys. All I have is a carabiner, and that's what I use to carry keys. Typically, there is car keys, house keys, and a bike key on here. I took them off so that way it won't make too much noise for the video. But what I like about carrying it on the carabiner is that I can just unhook them whenever I need to. So if I want to give my key to someone else for whatever reason, you know, I can just throw them to key, and then I still have the rest of the keys on the carabiner. And also having carabiner is just nice because I can hook it anywhere. You know, I hook it to my belt loop, I hook it to my water bottle. So yeah, it's not elegant, but it's super functional and cheap. Now the last thing on this table are sunglasses. These are sunglasses by Knockaround, and what makes them special? Well, honestly, it's the price. The problem I have with sunglasses is that I would like to wear them when I go places, when I go to the beach, when I go kayaking, who knows, whatever. But if I'm wearing $100 sunglasses or more, then I get too afraid to wear them because I'll lose them. These are relatively inexpensive. If I lose them, I won't cry too much about it, but at the same time, they still have decent quality. They have a lot of color options, they have different styles, the lenses are UV rated, and they're also polarized, so I think it's a pretty good compromise. You could go with a cheap sunglass that you get for free, but usually with that, their lenses are pretty cheap. So I think this one is a good compromise. Not too expensive where I'm afraid to lose them. They're not too cheap where they're not gonna help me protect my eyes. So there it is. Those are the Knockaround sunglasses. Okay, so there it is. That is my everyday carry. It's pretty slim, it's pretty simple. I find it pretty easy to carry, and it's served me well for the past several years. I hope that this has served as some inspiration for you, and I hope that I've at least contributed a little bit to a more budget-minded approach when it comes to everyday carry. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.